Hi everyone, Richard here with Eat Slow 101. Have you ever woken up with a feeling for a wedgie, either a salty one or a sweet one? You're like, what kind of wedgie is that? Well, the wedgies I'm talking about are scones, wedgie scones. The reason why I call them wedgies is because they're shaped like a little wedge. So we're making a sweet wedgie scone and a salty wedgie scone. Let's do it. All right, we're going to start off with a sweet scone. This is going to be a honey, pecan, butter, cream, sweet scone. Okay, so what we have here are is the flour, the baking powder, and a little bit of salt. And then after that, you mix it all up with a whisk, like I've already done. And then you put the butter in here. And this is what makes it all worthwhile here, folks, is the butter. Butter makes the world go round, or at least it makes some people's world go round. And what you do here is you see what I'm doing? I'm just squishing all this butter into the flour. And what that will do, it'll make the scone really light and fluffy and good. So, you know, I went to our nearby grocery store, and I was looking for some pecans, and this grocery store has I guess a bulk section of different kinds of stuff. So I chose the sugared and spiced pecans that were halves, and I chopped them up, and I tasted them, and they're really good. So I'm going to put that in here once I get this butter worked into the flour. I mean, it doesn't have to be. And I'll let you see it once I work it into here. You know, it's kind of fun actually to put your hands in the flour and you squish the butter in with the flour, make sure it's all worked in there well. You know. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had something sweet. Well, maybe not. Maybe I wanted something salty. So a scone is like well, it's a biscuit. It really is a biscuit, but you can add either something sweet to it or salty. This one here is going to be with pecans, sugared pecans and cream. The other one is going to be made of cubed ham and Jarlsberg cheese. So that's coming up next after we do this. And let's see, there you go. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks kind of like this, you know, kind of like sandy flour, sort of like that, okay? And that's pretty much it. So then now you pour in the cream, which I've added the honey to it. You don't have to use honey, but I forgot to get brown sugar today. So we don't have any brown sugar. But there is some sugar in the pecans, and that's what's going to kick it up to a whole different level. So need a spoon. And this is, like I said, it's a biscuit dough, so you don't want to over-knead it, and you don't want to under-knead it. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you can see, it's just starting to come together, which is just about right. Okay, just like that. Look at this. Oh yeah, take me home, country roads. That's what it's all about, you know. And here it's springtime in Austin, and it's really nice. It really is nice. You have the bluebells, the flowers blooming, literally all over the place. So no matter pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to see fields of bluebells. I've never seen that before, being from New Mexico. New Mexico has its own charm, but Texas has a whole different kind of charm, and it's really, really, really nice. And what makes it even nicer is that you're around your family, your granddaughter, your grandsons, your sons, your daughter-in-laws, the whole thing, and it makes it really nice. So here, as you can see what I'm doing here, you're making like a gigantic cookie. I would like to have one this big, but I'm not going to have one this big. But here, you make it kind of as round as you possibly can. You know, this dough is very forgiving. So we didn't knead it. Like, you're not making bread, you're just making a sweet biscuit. So I guess about maybe, I don't know, how thick is that? Maybe like 1/2 inch thick. And you make it just round, just like that. And then you get a nice knife, and you're gonna cut it first in half. Ta-da. And then you cut the half into quarters. Okay. And you know, it doesn't have to be like perfectly, you know, the sides don't have to be perfectly straight and equal. So then half, quarter, and then you go into the 8s. Okay, just like that. And you preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And that way you'll have an oven that's ready, which our oven is already preheated and ready to go. So the 450, it makes the scone really expand quickly, and it cooks quickly. So what I need now is to get some cream so I can, at a pan, and then plate this, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'll let you know what I did. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, so we've got some cream here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take the scones off of the table. If you slide the knife beneath them, just like that, it's really easy. Look at that. Yeah. So these, what does the recipe say? About 2 inches apart. 2 inches apart on the pan. I guess these are going to expand a lot, which is fine. Even if they expand and they come together, it's no big deal. You know, that's the good thing about baking for yourself. I mean, other places that have stuff for sale, it has to look like picture perfect. Well, to me, that's nice. But when you're home, you know, I mean, who really is picture perfect? I know I'm not, but anyway, and here we go. So see, I mean, this is pretty easy. This is really easy, and it makes for a nice little breakfast. And what I have in here, I have some cream. And what you're going to do here is you're going to give them a little, you're going to wash their face a little bit. See, you just tap that on the top. And what this is going to do, this is going to give the scone a nice golden, luscious brown goodness. So, you know, I mean, you're like putting on, you're giving the scone its face, okay? You're putting on some makeup here. Make him look nice and toasty and good. So that's pretty much it. And if you want, you can add some sugar on top of that. But I'm not going to, because the nuts I chose already have are already sugared and spiced and everything nice. So from here, they go into the oven for about, I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes. And then you take them out. You keep an eye on them and you take them out of there. And you can serve this with a nice fresh cup of coffee. Oh my goodness. So we're going to put them in the oven and we'll come back. Okay, folks, we have taken out the scones from the oven, and they look like a wedgie. Look at that. Good stuff. So we're going to let these cool off, and then we will plate it. So the next step would be to get all of the ingredients together for the salty wedgies, salty scones. So we'll come back and we'll do that too. Okay, folks, we have got everything together. I chopped up the Jarlsberg cheese. It calls for shredded, but I think, you know, it looks like kind of like about the same size as the ham, so it's a good little balance of sizes. And then pretty much all you do is you put the cheese in the pan, like that. And if you have any chunks of it left over, well, of course, while you're doing this, you could probably stick a chunk in your mouth if you can't wait until they're done, like I just did a while ago. So 3/4, 3/4, Ham and cheese, nothing like a ham and cheese scone. Look at that. Very good. My mouth's already watering on these things. So then, okay, folks, time has passed and the scones are in the oven, ready to come out. I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to show them to you. That's after my glasses defog. So these are the ham and cheese scones. And you can hear the cheese bubbling and the smell is delicious. So we're going to let these cool off. And then we're going to plate them. These are the pecan honey scones, and this is the these are the ham and cheese scones. So we'll let them cool off, plate them. We'll come back and we'll try them. Here is the finished product. This is the spicy pecan scone. This is a sweet wedgie scone, and this is the salty wedgie scone. This has ham and Jarlsberg cheese on it. So really, I mean, I like my scones freshly hot out of the oven with a cup of coffee, especially the sweet one. This one here, I would probably eat with gravy or even just by itself with, with something to wash it down with. Really good. So we're going to try this one first. My wife says that this one she likes better than the salty one. So this one, again, it has honey. And candied pecans that are chopped up with cream. We'll put the recipe on the screen there for you. But this, here it goes. It's very light. The crumb is very light. And then you get the toasted pecan, the brown crust, and the sweetness of the cream. This is pretty comforting stuff. That's good. I'm going to wash this down with some water. Yeah, that would be good with a glass of milk or some hot coffee with cream in it. Really good. Okay, different mindset. This one is the salty one, and I put a little bit of chunks of the Jarlsberg cream on top with some black pepper. And this is the one that I said I put too much cream in it, but it didn't seem to hurt anything. I mean, these came out just right. But if you look at that, the little chunks of ham, and fresh out of the oven, the little chunk goodnesses of the cheese. That's really good. You have the little spiciness of the pepper, the creaminess, that unique taste of the Jarlsberg, and of course the ham, the little delicious little cubes of ham in there, and the toasty flour. This is good. Try these out. You won't be sorry. And after all is said and done, you're going to want to sit there and you're going to want to eat it slow.